You know I'm about to do something incredibly stupid when it's that time of the morning. I just think this might be the stupidest thing I've done so far. Yes, this is my setup for my attempt at vEveresting. Let's stop here for just 1 second. If you're wondering what vEveresting is, or Virtual Everesting, let me sum it up for you in the best way I can. Basically, some time back, a group of idiots from Australia, I think, but that's unimportant, they could have been idiots from anywhere, decided it might be nice to try and cycle the equivalent elevation of Everest in one go, either on an indoor turbo trainer using a program like Zwift, or find a hill outside and cycle up it relentlessly until you have the required elevation of 8,848 metres. It inspired other idiots because, you know, why not? Then pros like Cav and Luke Rowe, then idiot friends of mine, then this idiot here and his friend, who was also an idiot, Rich. Because who wouldn't want to sit on a bike for 12 to 14 hours in one go, right? So Sunday the 26th of July 2020, we decided to take our idiocy to a new level. 10 minutes of just easy spin cycling. We said it's got to be the easiest spin we've ever done, because we're about to get to the base of, I keep wanting to call it Everest, but we're vEveresting. It's the base of the Alpe de Zwift, 8.5 times up, but we've agreed it's not 8.5 times up, it's 1 time up. Then we go, chill, have a break, grid foam roll, whatever, and then we go another 1 up. Never 8 in our heads. So that's the tactic we're going with today. We're going to see if that works. Okay, I'm on the descent over there now. It takes about 10 minutes to go back down the hill, and you're allowed to get off of the bike at that point because there's no official ascending or climbing there. So you can use the 10 minutes as your break. And what I'm doing, the plan is, every time I do a quick foam roll, just to make sure that my muscles, especially around where my back injury is, feel okay. And then I just pop to the loo or get a drink or restock. And this is not good for my back as well, I didn't think this bit through, but it's encouraging. I'm going to talk you through on the second descent, I'm going to talk you through the game plan, the overall plan, and why planning is the most important thing you can do when it comes to virtual Everesting and things like this. Rich, how are you feeling after your first one?
Yeah, feeling really good. Back on the bike. I'm about to make the turn to go back up again for number 2.
Crap, I need to do the same thing then. This is one of those moments where it's actually feels a little too easy, but we always say about riding guilty, but we're like, all right, we're nearly 2 ascents up and actually we're feeling very good. So the game plan we've come up with really is, so before we even got on the bike, all of the prep we did was really important. So Rich set himself up with a ton of bottles alongside the bike, all his gels, nutrition, clean like shorts and underwear, so dry stuff that you can switch into, because obviously when you're on a bike for 12 or so hours, friction is a big thing when you start to sweat and you don't want all that rubbing. So we got chamois cream, we're switching into dry clothes after the 2 ascents. So even before we got on the bike, the planning was super important, and then you have to plan your entire day when you're on the bike, which is the execution of the day. So I'm 2 ascents in, and I've got to be honest, it actually feels not easy. I don't want to say easy because I'm certainly not cursing it, but it feels all right. Only 2 ascents though so far, and I've got about 5 minutes until I'm back on for the 3rd, and that'll take me to about 4.5 hours. Is it weird to say early days? 2 done, 6.5 to go. Well, 1 to go in, see, little psychological trick. That is turn 10, and you might be wondering why I'm saying, why are you taking a video of you at turn 10? And that's because if you want a virtual Everest, then what you have to do, or you don't have to do this, but the way that we're doing it is, after the 8th ascent, not descent, after the 8th ascent, you have to do a half of a climb. Now you could go all the way to the bottom and climb to halfway, but don't you want to finish at the top? that's what we do, or we want to.
The next few hours genuinely flew. We had each other to bounce off of, as well as a whole host of friends popping in either in person or on Zoom, and hours 3 to 7 were all about keeping it consistent, maintaining hydration and fueling strategy. But then, between hours 7 and 8, and during my descent before my 6th climb, disaster struck for Rich.
That's 5 ascents done. I've just had a shower to try and freshen myself up. It's getting hard, still manageable. Some really bad news though is Rich is having a real mechanical issue. His power keeps dropping in and out, up and down. It's gonna take him 2 hours per climb, and it's so demoralizing when you're 8 hours in that I think he's gonna call it, and I'm just hoping he's not. I'm hoping we can find a solution in the next 20-30 minutes, but I'm not hopeful, and I'm heartbroken for him, and I'm late now. I've got to get back down there. And just like that, tragedy struck. As I said while I was getting changed, Rich was having the problems with the technology. Nothing to do with his legs, nothing to do with his fitness. Everything was on point. We're 8 hours in, and just the power just kept going up and down, and unfortunately Rich had to call it after 8 hours, but it has hopefully spurred him on to do it another time. It is absolutely devastating at the moment, especially because I don't have my riding buddy. But that being said, I do have Rich here.
I'm still here.
Still here, Rich, and you know, it's, I'm not going to ask you how you feel because I can't imagine, but thanks for still being here and offering me the moral support to get through it.
Yeah, we all need it.
You can just see the Jaffa cakes here as well. But yeah, I appreciate it, man, and I know you'll come back stronger and smash it very, very soon.
Yeah, I want to come back and do it again. Well,
Yeah.
complete it this time.
I've no doubt you will.
Go back! Go back! Go back!
Okay, I'm gonna break. Okay, I'm heading back down. Bye bye!
Keep going!
10 hours 44 in. Legs are really feeling it now, like just to turn them over, sending my heart rate sky high. I can't even feel. Can you hold the camera, Mary? Thanks. This is brutal. Oh, that's because I was in a harder gear as well. Whoops. I'm now trying to do many things at once, because something I've learned from this experience is as you progress through the Virtual Everesting, the time when you're on the bike slows down as if you're close to a black hole. The time when you're off the bike speeds tremendously up as if you're very far away from a black hole. So what used to be 10 minutes now feels like 1, and what used to be an hour and 20 now feels like 2 hours.
So as I started my 8th and final climb, here's some things I noticed from the experiences. Having a hydration strategy of drinking at every bend on the climb worked awesomely. I was never dehydrated at all throughout the day, and I ate or took gel at least every half an hour, sometimes more, but that got really hard in the last couple of hours. My body just wanted to finish, not eat, but I forced it. I had to.
Just coming up to the last time I turn. Go through. Turn. Okay, I've got to count this. I'm about to turn at 10. Yeah, this is definitely 10. Here we go. And turn. Okay. The last half.
Hey.
Let's crack on, shall we? Ah!
Last ever time.
Last time. Oh dear. This is going to be a bit of a slog. So I feel like I just keep wanting to vomit in my mouth. Nothing comes up. I've probably got 35 to 40 minutes of climbing left. 8,400 meters currently. So I need just under 500 meters to Virtual Everest. It's just a bit when we find out Everest is 9848.
Yeah. It's 1. No, it's 1.
It didn't give me. Oh, there you go. Get that. Everested.
Yeah.
Boom.
A bit slow.
Oh my goodness. 13 hours, 34 minutes. Just gonna get my way to the top and then get the 3 miles down just because I'm greedy like that.
I was here at the end and we were there 13 hours.
You were here at the end,
6 a.m.
there at the start.
There at the end.
Yeah.
Just sat on the sofa instead.
Yeah. I think I would swap right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Actually, I would to be finishing.
Oh. Sorry about swearing at the computer.
Afterwards, done. Good.
Thank you so much, guys. Rich, I'm so sorry, man, but you'll get it. So very soon you will get it. And thanks for being there.
No worries, always here.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. See you guys. I'll speak to you soon.
Guys. Massive well done.
Bye. Cheers, guys. And just like that, nearly 14 hours of cycling, 13 and a half to be precise, is over. I cannot compose my thoughts right now. I'm blown away by what I've done, but my brain just will not engage. So what I'm going to do is have a shower, stretch, eat, sleep, and pick this back up in the morning so that I can fully debrief in the hope that what I went through, the experiences, what it felt like, blah, 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 can help you if you're thinking about virtual Everesting, or, you know, if you just wanted to see an idiot go through pain, then, you know, you've seen that bit. Sleep time, very soon. Oh, and that's it. Next day, I had a really good night's sleep, actually. Recovered strangely, surprisingly well. I didn't expect this type of feeling on the next day. My legs really feel pretty much okay. I've just done an hour of yoga. The only thing I have an issue with actually is my 2 wrists. I can't grip anything properly or put any power through them, and I think that's probably to do with the compression of the nerves while I was on the hoods for 13 and a half, 14 hours. But if I was to sum up my experience and try and pass over a message to anyone that's watched this, it would be that genuinely you are more capable than your brain lets you think you are. You can do more than you think you can. My longest exercise in terms of time until yesterday was 5.5 hours, and I just did 13.5, nearly 14 hours of exercise, and that's really excited me. It's opened up my mind to even more possibilities, to things going on. What can I do next? I've got a couple of marathons coming up, perhaps an Ironman at some point. I don't think I'm in a good enough shape to run an Ironman in 3 weeks, because I really would get injured then, because I think also what you have to do is you have to assess the risk. You have to weigh it all up and make sure. I didn't think from Sunday, given after 1 or 2 ascents, that I was going to get injured. It could have been a possibility, but it wasn't, so I ploughed on. But you have to assess risk as well. But I just hope that, if anything, that you take away from this video, that you are capable of amazing, crazy, wonderful things, and it inspires other people when we all do this. So let's get out there and push the limits, push our own physical limits, and inspire other people to do the same. It's been a ride. I mean, it's literally been a ride. But we'll see what's up next. Exciting possibilities to come. See you Tuesday.